Welcome back, gamers. Today I'm bringing you a quick stream highlight, which I am calling my ultimate respecking and reforging guide. In this guide, I will show you how to use the add-on MySlot, which automatically imports all of your keybinds, macros, and action bar settings, so you don't have to worry about balancing 3 specs and resetting your bars every time you respec. Now onto the video. Welcome back to YouTube. Today I want to show you guys a quick little video that we're making just to help everyone who's playing Rogue and trying to balance out 3 specs. The first thing that I want to show you guys today is an add-on that we use called MySlot. The link will be in my Discord, so make sure that you guys join the Discord to check it out. Firstly, for MySlot, what MySlot does is that it allows us to essentially keep track and export all of the settings, macro functions, and keybinds that we have for each spec. So as it currently stands right now, I'm running the Assassination spec and I have Assassination spec saved. If I were to swap specs, which we'll do for you guys really quick, I'm currently running a Subtlety PVP spec as my second spec currently. So we'll swap back to combat and I'll show you guys what this looks like in real time. We'll go ahead and activate this spec and unlearn our talents really quick. Unlearn our talents. We'll spec into combat just so you guys can see. 3 in there, 2 there, and then 3 points in Relentless Strike. So we're going to hit learn on that, and then we'll go to our MySlot add-on. I'll go down to my combat spec, right? I'll hit import. And when I hit import, my screen will lag for just a short period of time, and then all of a sudden, I have every single setting that I need outside of my glyphs being changed and my spec itself already set up so that I don't have to worry about it. The only problem with this is that this does include any extra macros that you have. So if you guys will check out, I don't usually keep a ton of macros, but now all of a sudden I've got 50,000 macros. Make sure that when you're setting this up, that you try to minimize the amount of extra macros that you have that's going into the import. That way you don't get a bunch of duplicates. So for example, now I've got 2 versions of backstab macros, 2 versions of hemo macros, 2 versions of mutilate macros, and so on. So make sure that you're just trying to minimize that whenever possible. And then the second thing that I want to show you guys is ReforgeLite. I will also post this in my Discord, so make sure that you guys check out my Discord. ReforgeLite is a fantastic add-on. We have sat down with Backstabby, who's in my chat currently, the creator of the sim, to make sure that we have all of the reforges proper, and I'm going to just kind of run through all of these settings for you so that you guys have them. I'm going to give you every single different type of reforge that you could possibly want. That way you have all of them. Go ahead at any point in this video, whenever I'm showing these off, I'll give you a short period of time, pause, copy them on the screen, and then go from there. I do want to say that even though we do have these reforges set up, there are some circumstances, specifically with combat, in which you will still need to sim to see if it's better or worse to use essentially more hit or more haste. That's kind of the one thing that we can't really pin down with these settings. So just make sure that you guys give yourself as much opportunity to maximize as possible by double checking your work. We'll start with Subtlety PVP. These are the stat weights that you want to have for Subtlety PVP. And this is a really easy add-on to use. As you guys can see here, the Reforge menu just pops up, and the moment I click on the Reforger, this menu will just come into play. All you have to do to save these is essentially input all of this stuff, hit save, name it, and then when you want to find them, you just go to custom, and then they're all sitting here for you. So very simple stuff, but I'll let you guys look at Subtlety PVP. Go ahead and pause if you need to. The next one that we're going to go to is going to be single target combat. Go ahead and pause here, copy this down. Depending on what gear you're using, you might want to hit at least on the spell hit cap, but for current standards, we're just going without it. So just make sure that you're simming if your combat spec and gear at that exact time for whatever setup you have wants spell hit cap, or if it wants more haste. This is the biggest problem that we're having for combat sims currently. The next one that you're going to go to is for Assassination Expertise Cap. This is just normal assassination, but with the added variable for Expertise Cap if you're someone who wants to Expertise Cap on fights like Alakir, or maybe, I guess, Chimeron in certain circumstances. But, you know, this is not super useful unless you're in full BIS, because most setups don't offer DPS increases with the Expertise soft cap. The next one we will be going to is Assassination. This is Assassination with no expertise, the exact same as the last one, but just no expertise on this setting. Go ahead and pause for all of these whenever you need to, just to make sure that you guys can copy these down into your ReforgeLite. And then the next one we will be going to is Combat, but this is for Blade Flurry fights. So instead of Haste being our top Reforge stat, we want Mastery more so in this. Outside of that, I would probably take the spell hit cap off from at least, unless this ends up performing better for you in Sims. So check your Reforges with this checked on and checked off. This will give you a lot more haste value, and then you can see what you're getting more DPS out of. And then finally, the last one is Subtlety PVP, or I'm sorry, PVE. Go ahead and copy that down. And between these two add-ons, you can essentially manage as many specs as you need at any given time, so long as you're exporting properly. The last thing that I want to show you guys is just how to export so that you guys know what you're doing whenever it comes to this. We'll just set up a random one really quick. We'll do new. All I'm going to type here is, mut test 2, right? Even though we're not even Assassination currently. All you have to do for this is hit export and then hit save. If you want to get rid of it, all you have to do is simply delete it, and that's essentially it. So, like I said, the biggest things that you want to focus on are just getting all of these in so that you can automate your reforges to make your own life easier, and then just deleting any bloat macros that you have. That way they don't get copied over all the time, which is something I am currently dealing with. So with that being said, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you do like the content, please make sure to join the Discord to get those add-ons, as well as any useful macros that we might have, as well as any useful weak auras or tech. And lastly, thank you so much for watching the video, and with that being said, I'll see you on the next one.